Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Monday morning here. I'm sitting outside on the patio, and I thought it'd be a good time to do my second trimester update. So, we're at 26 weeks, one day shy of 26 weeks. So, there are only 2 weeks left in the second trimester. So, I thought I should probably go ahead and do my second trimester reflections now, because when third trimester hits, there's a lot going on. Baby shower, maternity pictures, birthing plans, all these things. So I wanted to just update you guys on how things have been going in my pregnancy, which have been great. In the last update on my first trimester, I mentioned sickness, a lot of morning sickness, all day sickness, and all the things going on in that time. And then we went to Greece, which I had an update on that for our honeymoon, which I was around 15 weeks pregnant then. We did a lot of walking in Greece, a lot of walking. And then we got back, and as soon as we got back, I decided, just ate breakfast, pre-breakfast. There's more breakfast to come after this, but when we got back, I decided to start prenatal yoga on Saturday mornings. I'm gonna be completely honest, I hate yoga, not even gonna lie. However, the truth and reality is I do leave feeling a lot better. And so I've been doing that for the most part. I miss some weekends, some Saturdays, I'm just not feeling up to it. But for the most part, I've been going to prenatal yoga, and I've made some other pregnant friends that are also IVF conceptions. And that's been really cool to just kind of journey together. And so what we do at the beginning of prenatal yoga is they go around, each mom goes around and shares whatever pains or aches they're having, highs, lows for the week, all of that. And then that's incorporated in our yoga practice for that day. And so morning sickness left around week 13 for sure. Like, it was gone. And then things, I see why they call the second trimester the golden trimester, because things really did settle out as far as seasickness feeling that I described. I call it seasickness, not morning sickness. That settled out. I would say my feelings of being seasick have been gone. The only time I felt it again was during an ice storm we had earlier in the year, which our yoga instructor mentioned. She's a labor and delivery nurse. She mentioned these birds, they got a song on their heart, okay? But she mentioned that when something about don't get me the line, but bariatric pressure or something in the atmosphere with weather and stuff like that, that a lot of women go into labor. And so she sees a lot of women at the hospital going into labor during times like that, especially during that ice storm. And I had sickness then, but it wasn't similar. It was similar-esque as first trimester, but not the same. And it passed pretty quickly within, like a day or so. And so I haven't had it again since. There are moments where I feel a little bit nauseous, especially during yoga, all that upward down, downward down, dogward down, whatever, dog, whatever. I start to feel nauseous being upside down. But to be honest, like I said, I've had like discomfort like 1 week in my wrists, and we did some exercise and we left, and I'm like, oh, that's gone. I've had discomfort in my legs, and we've done feet to the wall and letting the blood come back down. That's helped a lot. I've had I don't know if it's called SI or just certain little pains on one glute or the other or something, and that's been relieved from yoga. So I can't deny yoga really does help stretch you out. And so that's something that I will do as much as I can. It's going to be really hard during the third trimester with all that is going on over the weekends, but I will try to incorporate it as much as I can throughout my week. My gear first trimester was my seasick bands that did the pressure points here. Those are gone, and I've traded those now for compression socks because I get just like a soreness, an ache in my legs. It's not necessarily like my feet or anything. It's my legs, the front of them. I should really learn, all the body parts, anatomy. But the compression socks help a bit. And then when it warms up and I don't want to wear those heavy, thick socks, I'll just do feet to the wall like we do in yoga, or legs to the wall as it's called, to get the drainage down. I'm able to walk again, which I wasn't able to do as much first trimester. Pregnant friend and I, we went on a walk the other day. It's trash day, so a pregnant friend and I went on a walk the other day. We were just talking, and then we looked up and realized we walked 3.5 miles. My dog and I, it's not as consistent as before, but we can still occasionally do our 1-hour walks, which she loves, and I enjoy. It energizes me, but I still have to recover in a way that I did not before. So I have to do the Epsom salt baths, stretching, and it does take a lot out of me. So I have noticed coming to the end of the second trimester, a little more fatigue coming back, and I thought maybe my iron was low because I usually have low iron if I'm not on the supplements, but I've been on supplements, but more blood is flowing through your body. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's my iron, but that tested as normal. So I've just been taking my iron supplements separate from my prenatal and all the other ones, with vitamin C, orange juice or something, they said that would help me absorb the iron better, just to try to get my energy up a little bit more. But for the most part, I feel like things are great. And around week 20 is when I started to feel the baby kicks. And I'm like, oh, I know what that is. And it's really cool because I've noticed, we have kind of this, baby and I have this connection, this rhythm. So I can sense, there's been moments where I've woken up, to start the day, and I can feel that she's already been up, or vice versa. There's been moments where I had to wait 2 hours for something downtown, and I thought, oh, this is so dreadful, but she was asleep the entire time. So I can feel that at certain moments. Not always, but for the most part I can. During the ultrasounds, I see she's moving a lot more than what I can tell. She's sucking her thumb and drinking the amniotic fluid. Gross. But she's doing a lot more movement than I'm even aware of, but there are moments where I sense that she is asleep or very active. And sleep has not been a problem for me at all. It could be because I'm consistent with my magnesium at night, but other than my normal moments where I'm just overthinking, those are pretty common for me, even pre-pregnancy, where I'm just up overthinking things and then I have to go back, put myself back to sleep, which is occasional. It's not often. Other than that, I've not had any sleeping issues. There's even been times like last night where it's 2:30 in the morning. I feel her thump kicking. That doesn't keep me up. It's just oh, that's cute. I rub my belly and I just go back to sleep. So that'll be interesting to see how that translates to when she's here, because I'll need to tend to her. I wonder if she is going to be anything like I was as a baby. Probably not. But my mother said that I would be up as a baby by myself, just quiet, vibing, chilling by myself, didn't need anything, didn't cry, didn't want anything. And I'm still that way, actually. I like my mornings to just chill and be quiet and look at the ceiling for a while. So I wonder if she'll be like that. But okay, so for my bump, which I'll put in some little bump pictures so you can see how the bump's going. I've been using, for moisturizing the bump, Tika Sumpter, the actor, which, I love my chocolate girls, has a line called Yummy Tummy. Obviously, this is not sponsored. I'm sending my whole coin for this stuff. But I've been using this, and I just ordered my second batch because I liked it. So second batch, hopefully this will get me through the third trimester. She has like a nurture oil that you can spray, and I love that you can spray it. It's so good. So when I get out the shower, I just spray it around my belly. I rub it in, and then I used her nurture cream to seal it in, and then I use that in more places around, my belly and things like that. But this just it says designed for mom and baby. So this is something we can continue to use post-pregnancy, but it's just been a way to like nurture myself, spoil myself. It smells good. It's natural. I haven't really had an itchy belly like women say yet. I know I still have time to pop. I've occasionally had itchiness around my belly button, but for the most part, I just stay well moisturized down there. I'm also using, and always have, shea butter. I've always loved shea butter, so using shea butter for the rest of my body. And then I had to switch my face moisturizer to something with sunscreen because I realized there were kind of like some dark spots under here and things like that. So I switched to Aveeno, their daily moisturizer, Positively Radiant. It has 30 SPF, so I put that on my face because my face has consistently been something that gets really dry, especially when I get out the shower. It didn't take long to like be ashy, so which is new to me. So I've always had an oily skin and not needed much on my face, but that's not the case pregnant. So those are just some of the things I've been using to take care of myself and my body that's changing. Books. So got the doula, right? Have the doula. That's something I locked in first trimester. And something that will, other than the every other month hangouts and the every other month Zoom tutorials, there's not really much action happening until third trimester when they start coming over and creating birthing plan. Because I'm an IVF patient, I'm in a weird limbo because it is highly suggested by medical professionals to elect for an induction. And I won't lie, I am, before I get to the books, I am kind of just, I have IVF friends who are like, absolutely not, I'm declining the induction. You need to make sure your body and baby is ready. You don't want to force that. The science that they're saying behind that, which is what they typically say, and it's very low percentage, but that the placenta degrades sooner with the IVF pregnancy than with other pregnancies. And so they're trying to decrease chances of stillborn babies by making sure that they, get the baby out, because you're technically, I guess, full term by 36 weeks, I believe. So they're trying to get the baby out between week 39 and 40 to avoid that placenta disintegrating. I have IVF moms that are like, chances of that are very low. Wait till your body's ready. And then you have the professionals who are like, I highly recommend it. And so my doula team, from what I've gathered, is not really in favor of it. They're very natural as well. But I'm going to get that epidural. Okay. That's the tentative plan. So I am just in limbo. My husband's not really thrilled about the induction, but he's obviously going to let me decide. And so what I'm planning to do right now is not make any decisions. Let's just get to week 39 and then see, increase my walking, do all the things for natural induction, the dates, the raspberry tea or whatever. But I was not afraid of induction when they told me. I thought, oh, that's cool. You can, initially, I was not afraid. I'm like, oh, that's cool. We'll schedule it. I get that it's a long process. You'll be in the hospital, 2, 3, 4, 5 days waiting, for baby to come. But at least you're in hospital. I don't have the fear of being turned away while in labor and them saying, you're not ready. And it's like, I'm ready. But now I'm just nervous, to be honest. You want to make the best decision. You don't want to put your baby or your body in danger. So I've been pretty much staying away from books that make me feel anxious and it's too much information. So I've been reading books like this book called Being There by Erica. I don't know if it's a Commisser. Erica girl. Why prioritizing motherhood in the first 3 years matters. I'm still reading through it, but I've binged a lot of her YouTube interviews, hours and hours of them. I actually heard about the book through the Kardashians, episode of the Kardashians, Kourtney Kardashian, who's more, when it comes to the mom side of things with her sisters, more like, I want to be there for my babies. Whereas, Kim is more like, I got a nanny, I'm on the go, I see y'all when I see y'all. But it's breaking down more of the behavioral issues and ADHD and anxiety and things that kids can develop if their mom is not present in those first 3 years, physically or emotionally, and just different alternatives for caretakers and what that will look like. So, it's not for everyone. I have a lot of pregnant friends who are planning to use daycare and things like that so they can get back to their career. This book is more along the lines of you're signing up to sacrifice. So I've experienced that already in pregnancy. I'm self-employed, so I get contract work. And a particular contract I was going to take on withdrew after they found out I was pregnant, which at the time I was very upset because I'm like, you don't know what I'm capable of, and I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm working, I'm performing, I'm doing this and that, and I could do this. I was internally, that's what I was feeling. But reading books like this and stuff like that, I'm like, actually, I'm glad that I'm not starting a habit now of taking on too much, so that I can really determine what my schedule is for myself, my workload for myself, and really figure out how to balance, the baby's needs as a higher priority than my career needs or goals. And so it's just something to think about. This book's been good. There's other books I'm reading that I won't mention, but most of the books I'm reading are trying to help me mentally prepare for the responsibility. Third trimester, I need to get into books about the practicality of caring for a baby because I don't have experience. We've looked at, my husband and I, different classes that the hospital offers. There's a parent boot camp. I would like that to be in person and not virtual. There's so many classes, but they're virtual and I don't really see the benefit. So that's on my list for third trimester, is selecting classes that balance out what the support with the doulas that we've selected will provide. So that's where I'm at. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Yes, over 35, because I'm 35, they recommend you taking baby aspirin every day. So I've been doing that. Usually taking that at the same time as my iron supplement. And yeah, things are going great. I'm still performing. We started reading books to the baby, not many, but we're reading some. It's kind of weird, to be honest. I'd rather sing to her or play music than read a book. But yeah, she's doing well. And yeah, we'll be getting ready for maternity pics within a month. That's next month, so a month from now. And we're gonna do those because, you know, my husband's a photographer, so we're gonna do those during our baby moon, which we're going to Wilmington Beach, which is where he proposed. So we're just gonna go spend a few nights there, catch one of the sunrises early morning and try to get some pics. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go, we have plenty other time to shoot maternity pictures. And then baby shower. I'll put the registry link in the description box in case you want to check it out or support us, learn more about our baby's name, stuff like that, and help us prepare for the arrival of our first child. So excited. We're so excited. So things are going good. I could not be more pleased. I will say with IVF, there are other things to consider. There's, you know, the heart. So there was like an echo ultrasound, which was checking the baby's heart. More in depth than you go to maternal fetal. It's more for high risk pregnancies, but we're not high risk. So I checked out both of those appointments so I can go back to my OBGYN now. So things are going good so far, and yeah, it's just time to get ready. We've got just about 3 months, give or take. Jeez. All right. Bye.